Hello and welcome to Crime Watch on Television Continental. My name is Ivy Kano. On our program lineup,
I made away with some refrigerators, generators, plasma televisions.
A 300-level student has been arrested by the Oyo State Police Command for burgling hostels in the state.
The day I was talking to him recently was like, did I put a gun in your head to sleep with you? I'm just fighting for my rights because he must have done this to women and gotten away with it.
And during the week, Stephanie OTOBO sent a petition to the police. But what exactly does Stephanie want?
It's God will expose him, and I know that.
That you'll find out in this edition. Welcome, I'm Ivy Kano. Let's start off in Kaduna State, where the Nigerian Air Force has undertaken a tour to assess security at the airport as well as area patrol of the Abuja-Kaduna Highway. Defense correspondent Sifon Essien was part of the tour.
The Kaduna International Airport now takes on the responsibilities of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, howbeit for 6 weeks. All flights coming into Abuja are rerouted here till the runway at the Abuja airport is repaired. International airlines who threatened to stop flying because they now have to land here have kept to their word. They cited security concerns. But this airline is the only one currently offering international flight services to Kaduna. The Nigerian government is trying hard to make the others change their stance by stepping up security at the airport and along the Abuja-Kaduna highway, through which Abuja-bound passengers are ferried by road. The Nigerian Air Force helicopters now patrol the highway and the rail line to improve traveler safety and boost the airline operator confidence. On this day, the Air Force Chief of Training and Operations led a delegation to assess security at the airport and along the Abuja-Kaduna highway.
We share the airspace, so to say, with the civil. So we need to properly coordinate with the civil traffic so that there will be no conflict and there will be safe operations. So all these are things we have come to look at on the orders of the Chief of Air Staff.
He notes the shortcomings and promises to take the observations back to his boss.
We
have just finished inspecting the civil airport, the Kaduna Civil. We're here to look at the arrangement. You know, even before the relocation, we've been conducting patrols along Kaduna-Abuja highway as well as the rail line. The helicopters are here. I've come to look at again their arrangement. They used to be based in Abuja. Now they are based here in Kaduna. We want to see the arrangement also. The other thing, you know, the presidential air fleet also relocated to this base. So we want to reassess all the arrangements, the logistics and the security arrangements. And then we go back and brief the Chief of Air Staff.
The authorities are still fine-tuning operations at the Kaduna airport, which is bracing up for more traffic amid uncertainties of how it will live up to the huge task of catering to both military and civil operations.
And in Oyo, a 300-level student of the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomosho, Adebayo Olamide, has been arrested by the Oyo State Police Command for burgling hostels in the state. Adebanjo, who is an electronics student, was paraded in Eleyele in Ibadan. Briefing newsmen at the police command, Police Commissioner Abiodun Adude vowed to partner the public in ensuring a safer society. Correspondent Famous Cole was there.
It's the end of the road for these suspects caught in the dragnet of the police in Oyo State. Mainly youths, these young Nigerians can only count their losses now that they have come to the end of the road. Adekunle ADEROPO is an unrepentant armed robber turned kidnapper. Adekunle had been arrested several times, but surprisingly, he has always been let off the hook. This time around, he was caught with the car of his victim after forcing her to pay 3 million naira out of a 5 million naira ransom.
We're in the car at Ojo. So from there, we now traced her to her house in Akobo. So it was at Akobo that we wanted to dispossess her of our things. So it was the Fulani people that followed us. That's the ABDULAHI that said that the woman has money, that we should take her from the house and take her to the bush, that she will give us more money than this one. That this money that she has given us is just small. So from there, we moved her from that place, in her house there, to a bush in Ogere. So that was where they kept her till they paid the ransom. But me, I was caught before they collected ransom.
How much?
3 million. That was what I heard. That they collected 3 million from her.
Car snatching is now on the rise across the country. Impatient youths, due to the worsening economic situation, are forced to take to crime. Many of them blame their tragedy on bad company.
We collecting pencil Camry and Senna bus.
To collect or to snatch vehicles?
To snatch vehicle at Apata and Baggy.
Apart from these that led to your arrest, how many vehicles have you snatched in the past?
Before, I'm not collecting vehicle. This one come from station and told me that he have a buyer's number. I should collect vehicle come. So we see the person and you give us money.
What do you collect? So how did you rob your victims?
How do I rob that woman, Abi? We go to in house, go meet her around in midnight. We carry gun and we collected the vehicle and money.
How much?
And what other things?
And 42,000 naira.
And what other things did you collect?
And phones.
I was on the fateful day. I was called, like someone called me to come. So I went there with this person beside me. We went to the place. So on getting there, I did not even enter. I was having an arm string then. So they went in, they burgled, and they came with the phones. That's it. Then we shared it. I sold mine to this person. That's it.
You sold what to him?
Phone.
A stolen phone?
Yes, sir.
How many of you were involved?
How many of you went there?
4.
4 of you.
Your name?
ADEBANJO OLAMIDE has gone philosophical after landing in police net. He blames his present predicament on idleness. The 300-level student of LAUTECH wants a second chance to represent youths by telling them his story of his heyday in crime.
During the 8-month strike, I burgled 2 hostels beside my hostels, and I made away with some valuables in their hostels, all in the name of trying to set up a thing that could keep me up for living. That's just all I could say.
And what awards did you steal in those hostels?
I made away with some refrigerators, generators, plasma televisions.
So how did you gain entry into those hostels?
I burgled into the hostel, sir.
How? Through the what?
Through the door, sir.
As a student, you are still in school. What pushed you to crime?
Basically, sir, the reason why I did this is because there's no really financial support from home, and in one way or the other, I had to find a way to fend for myself just to keep moving in life.
And you believe taking to crime will solve your problem?
I've tried so many other means. I've tried many other means, but you know the way things are in this country. Things are just so hard in this country.
Do you still have parents?
I still have parents.
But now that you are caught, how do you feel?
I feel very bad, and I feel if I could be given a second chance, I would be a good ambassador of youth, and I can go back to tell the youth that crime is not the necessary thing to cure poverty or to
or to find their way out of poverty. And I can always tell them to be of good conduct, to be of good behavior.
Motorcycle thieves were also paraded by the cops. Many of them say it's their first time in the world of crime and wish they could be set free. That is not to be. According to the police commissioner, the cops under his watch would re-strategize, partner with the public, and ensure that criminally minded individuals are not let off the hook. The police vow to keep the society safe, while suspects who have cases to answer would have their day in court.
To our exclusive interview with Stephanie OTOBO, we heard she had petitioned the police, so we set out to meet with her and ask her some very probing questions.
Okay, I got his number, and I didn't even call him for a while because that period he had a program in Canada where I lived. So this program was 3 days. I flew all the way from Vancouver to Toronto for 3 days just for his program, and he called people for counseling in person, face-to-face counseling, but I didn't want to meet him. I didn't go in person. I had his number. I thought, okay, I would just text him my problem. After the program, I went back to Vancouver. I flew 5 hours all the way back to Vancouver, and I texted him. I told him my name, my problem. I have this man, and I want to get married. I don't know if this is right for me. I'm confused. Then he just replied me, where are you texting from? I said, Vancouver, Canada. He was like, I just left Canada. Why didn't you come and see me in person? And I said, I didn't want to meet you. I just wanted to know, because I know people want to meet you. I don't want to go through the stress. I just want to know this very thing. I don't have to queue up for this. Then he was like, I like that. Can I call you? I said, yes. He called me, and I was all shaking. You know, a man, Apostle Johnson, SULEMAN, calling me. So I was like, wow. Then he said, okay, he likes my voice, if I could send him my BBM pin. I said, okay. I sent him the pin. Then all of a sudden he was asking for my pictures. I sent him the pictures. Then he was like, oh, he's so embarrassed that he likes me. I said, okay, hold on. I was worried. I'm like, I'm scared. What are you talking about? You like me and all that? Like, what is going on? You're married. Then he said, okay, actually, if he could confide in me. I said, okay, this is big, but I'll take it. He said, my wife doesn't sexually attend to me no more, that she loves God too much. And all she does is just church stuff and the children, that he's like, he needs that thing, but he's a man of God. He doesn't want to just go anywhere. Then we started communicating via BBM. You know, I was asking him more questions to be sure he knows what he's talking about, like he's not going crazy. And really, he sounded like, don't look at me like that. I am really this kind of man that does this thing. Don't look at me with the pastor, because that's how I look at him. Don't look at me with the pastor, I do this thing. I'm like, okay, my bad. So all of a sudden, he was like, I'll send you money right now. I said, really? He said, yeah. Then he sent me $6,000, like this, without seeing me, you know. So that made me thought from an apostle, that made me thought this was real. Like, he might not be lying. Maybe he really needs this thing, and maybe God is trying to tell me, okay, I'm sending a man of God to you to tell you. So I don't know, like, you know, all of these things when you trust a man of God.
For somebody who has never met you one-on-one, he could let out all those secrets to you at the very first time you guys are talking.
Okay, we're talking
at
about...
At what point, I want to know, at what point in your conversation, as in, is it the third call, the fourth call, the fifth call, that he now opened up to you? At what point in that conversation?
That would be like the second call, because I was really strict about it.
Okay.
I was like really strict about it. Well, we're talking about a spiritual man. This is not an ordinary. He sees more than the physical, according, like, that's how I see him. And in the society, I believe people know he's more than just a pastor. He's like a spiritual person. He always tells me, oh, you said I'm a nice person, and he doesn't know why he trusts me. That's what he said. He said he sees more than the physical, that he sees more than just my face, that he sees my heart, according to him, that I'm not a bad person. And that I never really took a picture of me and him. Like, I never thought this would come up like this. I never thought it would go like this badly, and him arresting me and everything, you know.
How long was this relationship?
From 2015 till last year.
Okay, that's like 2 years or thereabout, a year plus?
A year plus.
Okay, at what point did you know, okay, this man is really big?
As soon as he started talking to me, he started telling me how big he is. He has churches in over 56 countries, according to him. He was telling me, you know, when you're trying to get someone's attention, you do all you can. This kind of big person calling me like 3-4 times a day, that was like, to me, I'm like, wow. He's an older person, he tries to convince me, and I see him like someone really close to God. I really don't have any reason to doubt him, you know, because I trusted him. Before I come to you for counseling, I must have really trusted you and see you as someone that can help me. So whatever he was saying, I was saying that, okay, maybe God is using this person to say something. When I started talking to him, the first thing he told me to swear was not to tell anybody because of who he is in the society. He said you have to swear never to tell anyone or get me in trouble. I didn't see you like someone that can get me in trouble. That's why I'm doing this with you. So it was like I should promise him not to tell anybody. Even some of my friends I told that messaging me now, was this person you told me of? I didn't even mention his name. You know how you're in a relationship, you want to tell your friends about what's going on. This man is spending money for you, invites you to different countries. You want to tell your friends. I just my friends, of course, but I wouldn't mention his name. That's how faithful I was to him.
An apostle, his class, he has people as personal assistants. How do you meet in that hotel?
He would go take a hotel or be at social room, or like I would be in the room. He would just come like a ghost. I don't know how he does it. He tells me people are waiting for him outside, blah blah blah. I just wanted to see my baby, so I would just wait for him in the room and just hope he comes. I mean, when you're waiting for that kind of person, you're calling, you're eager. You don't, because he's busy. You don't know if he will forget about you, so you're pressing just to meet him. You'll be very distracted. You know, you'll be very distracted from every other things. You would focus on just to meet this person you flew all the way to see, you know.
Do you know any of his aides, any of his personal assistants?
I never met them, apart from the day I went to his church with my mother. Okay. They announced nobody could see him, but he messaged me that I could come to him. And he had to tell his protocols. I'd never met any of them before. Even in Europe, he told me that people were coming to his office in his room in the morning. We had to discharge, so he walked me to the next hotel to take a room because he had already called them. They said there would be vacancy the next day, so I slept in his hotel. Then the next morning he had to walk me. He didn't even take a taxi just for his personality. He wouldn't take a taxi. It wasn't that far, but it could be dangerous by 4 a.m. in the morning. I was scared, but he wasn't. He was like, oh, he couldn't take a taxi and he didn't want to send me. He wants to spend more time with me. This is someone that we do so much personal stuff together that made me thought, I want to stay here. He's older than me. He's closer to God. Like, if he advised me this is okay, who am I to say otherwise when you trust someone?
At what point would you want to hurt somebody you love? Why would you want to embarrass you?
Well, he arrested me to hide his lies. After I personally asked, I insisted on my rights to compensation, because how I lost the baby, he gave me something to drink to lost my baby that he wanted, according to him, and I didn't get myself pregnant. So when I was stealing blood, this whole process, I started hating him, you know, like the lies messing with my life. And I remembered him telling me about one of his girlfriend that got pregnant for him. He told her to take it out. She refused and she stabbed herself. That was what he told me. So I was seeing the whole manipulation. This man has been doing this not once, not twice. Like, this thing has been going on. So how many people has he actually done this to?
Do you think he's diabolic?
Yes, someone that tried to kill me, is that a man of God? Yes. But that's like, yeah, he tried to kill me. After, okay, even killing the baby, is that a man, or is that a attitude of a man, an apostle? Getting someone else pregnant, lying to them, that makes the whole world think that I'm the one that... He sees women every day. I never met him before the day we met for physical stuff. He sees women every day. You can't tell me I was the one that... He sees women every day. Who am I? Who is one woman that wants to distract you if you are not like that? Who is one woman? He sees women every day. So I don't know. Yes, I think so, because he told me by himself that the girl, when I was pregnant and he was telling me he was done, right? I started imagining the same thing. Should I go kill myself? The same. Then I remember what he told me about his ex-girlfriend that stabbed herself. She was pregnant. Why? How could one stab oneself? You're happily pregnant with the baby you want, because when you're with this man, it puts you in a position that you can't even think of any other person or thing. You just feel like you're in heaven, because it gives you, it uses money to buy you physically, but mentally and spiritually, he's taking over you. So when that kind of person says it's over, you want to kill, like, where will you start from? You know? Then I start remembering the girl that stabbed herself. Then I was like, this is not happening to me. I have mouth, I have to talk, like, people have rights. This is an apostle. You're not supposed to kill people or kill babies.
What is it that you want?
I want compensation for the damages, definitely. For the arrest, for the losing of baby, my houses, my house, my cars. I want compensation for those, and I want a public apology from him for the humiliation and everything. Everyone going around calling me names. That is none of my business. They're supposed to let God judge. He is supposed to let God judge. When I met him in person with my lawyer to compensate me for damages, he's not supposed to turn around and use police, because he thinks he's like, he has power, you know? He wants to use his power over this one civilian, one individual girl. He just used the police to arrest me, froze my account. A man of God. So I think things didn't go according to his plans, because God is God.
Are you worried at the division in social media, his church, their reaction to your allegation? I'll call it allegation,
yeah,
because it's actually,
of course.
you know, are you worried at, does it bother you how people are reacting to this?
I know you already got the answer, because I really don't look worried, but if you want me to say it, I am not worried at all, because I know God is in control, and God must be God no matter what. So he knows the truth, and he knows how everything is going, and I believe he's going to take control, and he will prove it. That's all I know, and I am very confident, because I know it's not my fault that all of this is going on, and there's this allegation about this man of God that you look really high. It's not my fault. It happened. This really happened. It's not my fault. And now I am urging the police I am requesting the police to arrest Apostle Suleman, because he did that to me first. And nobody should blame me, because these are the petitions, if you want to have a copy of it. These are the petitions we sent to the... Okay.
No, keep talking.
Okay, these are the petitions which we've sent to the police to arrest Apostle Johnson Suleman for all of these allegations. I want them to investigate him, you know. If possible, they should get a polygraph test. Have you ever tried to kill this girl before? Let me not say, okay, because there was a day I was talking to him recently. It was like, did I put a gun in your head to sleep with you? It's a normal thing. You think because you have Skype picture, it's a normal thing. You are an apostle, for crying out. You are not just a normal man, a normal known man. This is not politics. This is real. You are supposed to be a good leader of God.
Was this about we are women?
Yeah.
Was this about I'm in love with you, I'm not going to let you go, instead of me to lose you, I'll destroy you? Was this about this?
No. Or is there a third one? Because the two you were just like no.
Yeah, I'm trying I'm trying to be careful with my
or the
use of
truth,
words.
or I'm just
Yes.
fighting for my rights because he must have done this to women and gotten away with it.
Is too much.
It's
man,
too
I can't let you
much.
go. I
No,
don't
not
think
the
you get what I
love.
mean.
No,
No, not the love, the money. If you take care of me, I love good life.
No,
woman
not
like
after
you,
I
so
seen,
is it
not
you
after
don't
I
want-
seen death with my own eyes. Not after that. Yes, at first when he sent me 6,000 baht, I said, well, I'll keep this secret, of course. If I keep getting this, I'll keep the secret. But not after I killed my baby and I'm still in blood. You want me to want that kind of money? That's rituals money. I want to kill myself. That means I just want to kill myself if I still want that. I was in a deep shit with this man. My whole life was like, wow. But I was just waiting to get better, because what doesn't kill you is going to definitely make you better. I was just waiting to get better. You don't expect me to do 2 things at a time. My life was precious. After I got my life, that doesn't mean I'm going to keep quiet and let him kill people and let him oppress people. He is not God. And I'm not just saying it because I heard he did it to me. Why did he do it to me if he doesn't want to face it? Don't forget that I told you that he told me his wife was not attending to him anymore, and I believed him. And you know, I think that was why I went to jail, and God punished me for that. I faced I faced everything I got. I had asked for mercy and God gave it to me, and I came out. So I want him to face the same thing. He has to ask for his own mercy. He did it, and he needs to ask for his own mercy. If he keep denying it, God will expose him, and I know that. You know, I am a person with rights. He's a Nigerian, I am a Nigerian. He's close to God, he shouldn't lie to people. If he doesn't want to get himself into a mess, he shouldn't lie to people and use people and try to kill them. He tried to kill me, that didn't work. In physical, he still came to arrest me. Just now, you heard about it. I was in jail for 6 days.
I also heard at some point he tried to reach you through somebody. Can you just tell me about that?
Yeah, he sent a man. He called him his exact assistant pastor, according to him. Let me check his name for a second. I think it's Victor something. Victor Inyala. Okay. So he introduced himself as Victor Inyala. He said that was his assistant pastor, exact assistant. I don't know how true that was. And that was the meeting he ever spoke to me. That was the meeting. He sent someone to settle, and whatever we said in that meeting, he carried it out as blackmail to the police to use to arrest me. And when this guy came, this Victor person in Yala came, he said that he didn't come to talk about money, that I should tell him whatever I wanted. Everything I want, I should tell him. His own is to pass the message over to Apostle. And this was the same man, took everything we said, gave it to the police, and Apostle did this, set up this meeting by himself and used my word against me at the police station.
Thank you. We'll keep a tap on this story. Now that's our program for this week. Let's make our society better by partnering with security agencies. Thanks for keeping us company. Let's do this again next week. Till then, send your comments to CrimeWatch at tvcnews.tv. I'm Ivy Kano.